Are here, apart from just always have guided us so far. Meticulousness is what I've learned from them, madam. You have to work one time with Swati Bhave, madam, 1 hour the chapter, you will definitely get that. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks for the very excellent opportunity. How many of you are feeling very hot here right now? Not the perimenopausal hotness.
I was feeling hot.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, for the morning I was thinking it was perimenopausal. I went and sat for the AC. Then I really found out then when Anuradha was also doing it, I asked her, are you perimenopausal? She said, yeah, I'm 48. Okay, so both of us. Then I looked at everybody was, Asha ma'am was literally screaming, where is the AC, AC? So what does it really indicate? You know, when I said Goa, everybody said, in this season, why do you really want to go? I'm going for a conference, I'm meeting of friends. So it's like what? That has changed from what it was 7 years before. We were very happy to go to places, looking out for, not so much looking out for hill stations, and AC was there hardly in 1 or 2 houses. Our consultation rooms never had AC. Now without AC, we cannot even think about it. What Dr. Rupal showed that place where she was working, I don't think how many of us would even go there. Even if it's for 10 by 10, we will ask, don't need to have anything else, just have one AC, it is enough for me. That will be our requirement. Why? Because yes, we have gone in from the era of global warming to, in fact, boiling. So whenever we say milk is boiling, we know it's an urgency, right? So that's exactly where we are. So the outline will be why we are going from that. What is actually global warming? What is this tipping point when we convert it from warming to boiling, and what can we do as a pediatricians? So that's the idea. Whole idea now is to prepare. Not we know it's boiling already. We know what do we do for the same. Next. So if you come to this, what is a global warming was, there was a gradual increase in the overall temperature of the Earth's atmosphere. And this typically started during the industrial pollution era, when there was a generation of lot of gases from the industries. Though West says developing countries are the contributors, we blame on them. It was first started from them. And that's how we have a pre-industrial era and then a post-industrial era. The pre-industrial era did not have these gases, carbon dioxides, the CFCs and other pollutants. So it's not only the automobiles, it is also the same air conditions which we are using are also generating the same, which contribute to this global warming greenhouse gases. Next slide, please. So if you can see, everywhere we are generating these, one is when we are generating power itself in the thermal industries, when we are manufacturing goods, which somewhere from a very, very small earrings to a lot of our clothing materials or the engineering products which we are using. In fact, it's also even when they are having, even our artificial intelligence, the computers which they are using are generating so much of power, and the powering, when we have to power these buildings, when we are producing food, even when we are using more of cattle industries, even the cattle, the manufacturing of the agriculture products, everything. When the population rises, when we are becoming 1 billion, we have to feed that 1 billion. So when you're feeding that 1 billion, that much amount of cattle are going to come, that much amount of food is being generated. Each of it is contributing to the climatic change. And use of air, one of the major reasons for people looking at alternate options of Zoom is to reduce the flight transport. And yesterday I would see the whole bunches of Axis Bank and HDFCs and ortho doctors were in the flight. So much amount of transport is taking place and so much flights have increased that we can see the number of airport carriers are also there. Everything is contributing to this climatic change. So what has actually happened next? So here, what do we really have, what do you mean by the climatic changes? These activities of our human activities really produces these gases, and they form a layer around the atmosphere in a very simplistic term. So they don't allow the sunlight which is coming to it back into the atmosphere. So generally, when the sunlight comes back, a bit of it is reflected back to the atmosphere, but the greenhouse gases prevent those from going out into the atmosphere. They stay at the stratosphere. That is what is exactly happening. Very, very simple terms. Don't need to complicate it with many. And every one of our activities is creating this. So what happens is this greenhouse gas helps to trap the heat from the sun. And the predominantly what you see is not the big things, it's refrigerators, the aerosols. Every bit of it is producing these gases of CFCs, methane, carbon dioxide and nitrous oxide. So whenever we are doing a very, very small work also, we are thinking about how much amount of environmental damage we are doing it. Next.
But I wonder, why did they call it greenhouse? It gives an